Let's talk about the GDP data. Welcome positive surprise in the December print?
No, a flatlining economy, and from a government that has talked a good story about growth, but actually when it's come down to it, has failed to deliver. Now, that's because, firstly, they talked down the economy, of course, when they came into office, and we've seen what that's done to business sentiment. But, of course, we had also that disastrous budget with all those tax and spend increases, particularly the increase in taxation on employers' national insurance, and that really has pretty much killed growth stone dead, whilst at the same time stoking up inflation, downward pressure on people's wages, higher unemployment, but overall a very stagnant economy, I'm afraid.
I mean, yes, for the fourth quarter, it's pretty much stagnant, only growing at 0.1%. But December itself was noticeably better than expected at plus 0.4%. If you compare it to the same 6-month period that they've been in office the year before, of course, you were in recession when you were in government for the back half of the prior year. So, you know, again, it's all relative. The question is whether this could be a turning point, because December was a lot better than expected.
Well, if you remember, though, Wilf, we had gone through the incredible challenges of that war and the inflation that it imported to our shores. We actually handed over an economy that was the fastest growing in the G7. We had near record levels of employment, a near record low level of unemployment. We'd had real wages growing for 13 consecutive months, and we got inflation down from its peak of over 11% down to bang on target of 2% on the day of the general election. But on the broader point about growth, of course, it was only last week that the Bank of England said that it was halving its forecast for growth for this year. I mean, that is quite astonishing. So there is a very serious growth challenge that this government has, and there's nothing that we're hearing at the moment that I think is likely to be changing that.